Okay, I'm still alive and I'm back. I'm going to show you another song, a song in which we can use all 5 fingers on the left hand, and I'll show you the chords like I did in the first 2 videos. And if you get confused and if it's too hard to see, then look at the description box on the video, the box below where the information is, and you'll see I have all the chords mapped out, and I have some different notes and such to help you along. But this song is called The Shadow of Your Smile, and it's an old classic, an old standard, and it's a good song to use to show how to use all 5 fingers. And let's get to it. I'll play the first verse so you can hear how it goes, and then we'll get to the actual individual chords. Okay, I made a little boo-boo in here, but the point is, that was the first verse. And let's show you the chords here. See, I'm not a performer like I mentioned before, so if you want to play this and develop the right hand and put all that jazzy, fancy stuff in, that's fine. But I'm not here to perform. I'm here to show you how to use the thumb and the pinky in the left hand, and the rest is up to you, because I really don't care about that part. Okay. We start out with an F sharp minor 7, F sharp minor 7, F sharp counter bass, A minor button. Then we go to the B dominant 7 or B7, and that's the B counter bass, with the F sharp diminished button. That makes a B7 or a B dominant 7 chord with all 4 tones in it. In other words, in that 7th chord, none of the tones are missing. In other words, the 5th tone is not missing. Then we go to the E minor 7, that's the E bass, the G minor button. And then the A7 in the traditional position. That's how you would play it, with the A bass and then the A7 button. Then we go to the A minor 7, which is the A bass, and the C major button. And the D7 in the traditional position, you know that one. Then I play a G major 9 here, a G major 9 chord. That's a G bass with the G major button, and then I add the C major button. You play them all together. Then the next chord is C major 9. You just slide down 1, C bass, C major button, G major button. In other words, G major 9, C major 9. Okay? Then we go to the F sharp minor 7 with a diminished 5th. Whoops, excuse me. That's an F sharp counter bass with an A minor button. Then the B7 again, which is right here. The finger's right ready to go, the pinky. And that's the F sharp diminished button. Then we go to an E minor with an E minor bass, regular E minor. Little bass run, and we add the E flat bass to the E minor button. Then the D bass to the E minor button. Then the next chord is a C sharp minor 7 with a diminished 5th. So we keep the E minor button, but we add the C sharp counter bass. It's a C sharp minor 7 with a diminished fifth. Then the F sharp 7. Your pinky's already there, right there. Boom. And the thumb. That's a C sharp diminished button. And that gives you the F sharp 7 or the F sharp dominant 7 chord with no tones missing. And then your F sharp counter bass, you're already on it. You play the F sharp minor 7 with the diminished fifth, which, as I said, is the F sharp counter bass with the A minor button. And the B7 again. And the pinky's right there ready. Boom. Now for the first verse, I'm going to play all the chords in that first verse again in succession. Now play that verse with the melody. Remember, my playing sucks, so I'm just showing you how they go together, how they work together. But the key thing is thumb and pinky. Nobody really cares how well I play this. The first verse. Now the second verse is pretty much the first 6 chords are repeated, but then it changes, and that's what makes it really sweet and really beautiful. So I'll jump. If you look at the information box below, the description box, and you'll see the chords listed. Let's jump in the second verse. Let's jump to the D minor 7. All right, we're going to jump to the D minor 7, which is a D bass and an F major button. All right, D bass, F major button. That's a D minor 7. Then the next chord you'll see is an E dominant 7 or an E7, and I play it with the E bass with the index finger and then the thumb here on the B diminished button. See, it makes it easy. Watch this. D minor 7 and then the index is almost right, ready to go. You hardly have to move the hand. You hardly have to move the base of the hand. Then the A minor 7, A bass, and C major button. And then for the A minor 7 with the diminished fifth, you just slide that C major button, you slide down to the C minor button. And then the next chord is A diminished 7, which is that same A bass, so the A doesn't move. So watch this, A minor 7, then A minor 7 diminished fifth, then A diminished 7. Now when I play the melody with that a little bit later, you'll see how that works. I'll do it again, A minor 7, A minor 7 diminished fifth, and A diminished 7. They sound similar when you play them separately, alone, without the melody, but while you're playing the melody with it, it adds a sweetness. Then you go G major, B minor 7 diminished fifth, that's a B counter bass, with the D minor button. E7, which is an E counter bass, with the thumb on the B diminished button. then you have A minor 7 again, A minor 7 diminished 5, and D7 in traditional spot, and then G major. Now to repeat the whole song, you go from G major, I just showed you, to the B7. Watch this. This is the 5-finger way. G major chord. And to do the B7 in the traditional way, you'd have to slide up, twist your hand, slide up to the B7. Watch this. This is traditional. Then I got to twist my hand, slide up. That's the traditional way. 5-finger way, much superior. G major, the pinky's already there on the B counterbass. The F sharp diminished button, which I showed you repeatedly before. See that? Much easier. Here's the traditional regular way. Sliding, hit and miss. That's great for the professional who's played for 5,000 years. But for us common folk, we want to do this. See that? Now I'll try to play the whole song for you so you can hear the chords with the melody and see how that goes. Whoops, sorry. Wait, where are we at? Whoops. Okay, that was terrible, but like I said, I don't perform, and it's difficult to actually, for me to play a song the whole way through without making a zillion mistakes, but I'm a theory guy. I do theory, I study chords and scales and stuff like that, as I mentioned in my first video. So the whole thing is, the key thing is the bass, the 5 fingers, and if you can ignore the boo-boos, you could probably actually learn something from these videos. Now, I want to show you a couple of little things here, then we'll wrap it up. I showed you the transition from the G major to the B7 at the end of the verse, the first verse. Or actually at the end of any of these verses, because they're both similar. That's a nice little thing. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you was a nice little bass run on that E minor chord. See, that's a chromatic run, a little chromatic, in other words, a half-step run. The bass changes by a half steps. And the beauty of it is the hand, the base of the hand, doesn't go anywhere. It's just a little finger dance. So I wanted to show that. Now, if you could bear with me, I want to show you an alternate group of chords for the first verse. It's noted on the description box below, the information box below. It's noted. It says alternate verse 1. Now see if I can play this without screwing this up. This is the alternate set of chords for the first verse. It's 8, well it's actually only 6 different chords. Now watch this. This is the first verse, the very beginning. Instead of the F sharp minor 7, you can play an A major 7. And the A major 7 is played with the G sharp counterbass. Now it sounds a little bit dissonant, but for a professional, especially a jazz accordionist, he can really make it sound sweet. You know, unlike what I can do. But anyway, it would go sound like this. Okay, then the second chord is the, in the alternate version, is the A diminished with the F sharp counterbass. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on a second. I get mixed up here. Anyway, scrap that. I'm having trouble with that. I know what I'll do. I'll stop this video right now, and then I'll come back and add that on with another video as like a little addendum. But I want to show you the alternate verse for this song. Yeah, I'll stop this video now because it went pretty well, and I'll add that as a separate video. So that should give you all the chords for The Shadow of Your Smile in the key of G. And if you at least compare this way to the traditional way, you'll see that this is easier. This is much easier. Not that you'll play this song or perform it publicly, but just to learn chords and stuff. These old classics, these old standards are really great for learning chords and really digging into the heart of the matter. So that's it. I want to wrap it up, and I'll come back with the alternate verse chords in the next video. Try to make it a little bit cleaner and neater. Thank you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. I hope.